You're lying in bed. Your partner is next to you. The door is closed. The lights are off. You're alone. For 99% of human history, this moment didn't exist. There were no doors, no walls, no bedrooms, just you, your family, and 20 other people sleeping 5 feet away. So how did ancient humans have privacy? The short answer is they didn't. The long answer is way more interesting. Let's start with the reality. For roughly 300,000 years, humans lived in small groups of 15 to 50 people. You weren't just related to everyone around you. You were physically next to them, all the time. Hunter-gatherer camps had no walls, no separate rooms, no private spaces. You slept in a pile for warmth. You ate together. You sat around the same fire. If you needed to have a conversation, everyone heard it. If you were angry, everyone knew. And if you and your partner wanted time alone, everyone was aware of that too. So how did couples deal with this? Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer groups have found a few consistent patterns. The first strategy is timing. Most intimate moments happened at night when it was dark and people were asleep or pretending to sleep. Darkness provided a kind of psychological privacy even when physical privacy didn't exist. The second strategy is distance. Couples would walk away from camp. Not far because leaving the firelight meant danger from predators, but far enough that they weren't directly next to everyone else. 50 feet in the dark is basically invisible. The third strategy, and this one's important, is social protocol. Everyone pretended not to notice. Think about it like this. You're in a small tent with your family on a camping trip. Someone needs to change clothes. You don't stare. You look away. You give them psychological space, even though physical space doesn't exist. That's what ancient humans did. They developed social rules around privacy. You don't acknowledge certain things even though you're aware of them. But here's where it gets interesting. Privacy as a concept might not have mattered to them the way it matters to us. Anthropologist Colin Turnbull spent years living with the Mbuti people in Central Africa. He noted that they had no word for privacy. Not because they were primitive, but because the idea of needing to be alone was foreign to them. Being alone meant being vulnerable. It meant being separated from the protection of the group. For most of human history, solitude wasn't a luxury. It was a death sentence. Let's talk about the bathroom situation because everyone wonders about this. Ancient humans didn't have toilets. They didn't have outhouses. When you needed to go, you walked away from camp, usually to a designated area downwind. You did your business and came back. Was it private? By modern standards, no. You were visible. But again, social protocol mattered. People didn't follow you. They didn't watch. They gave you the illusion of privacy through intentional ignorance. It's the same way modern humans handle public restrooms. There are other people in the room. You can hear them. They can hear you, but everyone pretends they can't. Now let's address sleeping. Ancient humans slept in groups, not because they wanted to, but because they had to. At night, temperatures dropped. Predators hunted. Fires needed tending. Sleeping together meant warmth and safety. Archaeological evidence from places like Ohala II in Israel shows that 23,000 years ago, humans built small shelters barely big enough for a family to lie down in. Everyone was touching. There was no rolling over without bumping into someone. And this continued for tens of thousands of years. Even in medieval Europe, entire families slept in one room, often in one bed. The idea of children having their own bedrooms is shockingly recent. It didn't become common until the 1900s. So when did privacy actually become a thing? The answer is agriculture. Around 10,000 years ago, humans started farming. Farming meant staying in one place. Staying in one place meant building permanent structures, and permanent structures meant walls. For the first time in human history, you could close a door. You could have a room that other people couldn't see into. But even then, privacy was a luxury. Only the wealthy had separate bedrooms. Most people still lived in one-room homes with their entire family. Privacy as a right, as something everyone expects, didn't emerge until the last few hundred years. Here's the part that's hard for modern people to understand. Ancient humans might not have wanted privacy the way we do. Psychologist Erich Fromm argued that the need for privacy is a symptom of individualism. In societies where identity is tied to the group, being alone feels wrong. It feels isolating. For ancient humans, the group was everything. Your survival depended on other people. Your identity was built around your role in the tribe. Being alone wasn't peaceful. It was terrifying. Today we have the opposite problem. We're so isolated that loneliness is an epidemic. We have all the privacy we want and we're miserable because of it. So here's the answer. Ancient humans had privacy through social agreement, not physical separation. They created invisible boundaries using timing, distance, and mutual pretense. They didn't need to be alone because their sense of self was different from ours. And when agriculture gave us walls, we slowly built the world we live in now. A world where you can close a door and be completely alone, where you can go days without seeing another person, where privacy is so common that we've forgotten what it cost. For 290,000 years, humans were never alone. Then we invented walls, and we've been lonely ever since.